Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to JJD TV. I'm your host, Josh. Felt like I got kicked in the groin a couple times this morning. And yeah, probably the worst news. It was funny when it wasn't funny. It was sad when we heard the news about Alphonso Davies. We were worried. We were very disappointed. And we said, leading up to this camp, because a lot of our players have picked up COVID, we said the one player that we'd be terrified to pick up COVID leading up to this camp because he's literally irreplaceable would be Eustáquio. And then after all the crazy stories that we've had going on, we woke up this morning and it looks like his loan move with option to buy to Porto is done or almost done. Very close from really trusted sources have reported on it. Then we get, 20 seconds later, he picked up COVID. So, I mean, super disappointing. So I guess today, guys, we're going to just, discuss it. Maybe talk about his Porto move a little bit. And then when me and Alex did our depth chart video, maybe we'll bring that up on screen for you guys and we can kind of theorize around some players that will be in this 23-man squad. Just take a few guesses about players who could be there. I'm going to see if I still have it. Did I save it? I did. Okay. It's on. I'm going to take St. Clair off. No. We'll bring it up soon, and then we'll go through that. But in the meantime, guys, we'll go through the comments and get your guys' thoughts as well. And then we'll bring up our depth chart, and we'll go through it, and we'll kind of put together a starting 11 we think that will take on potentially Honduras. We'll have to see. But yeah, thankfully, Alex and I went through that. So I have literally a setup little depth chart there. So that should be interesting, but let's get right into it now. If you guys are just joining us, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream, drop a sub as well, and let me know in the comments if you're as sad as I am. A little bit worried now. Yeah, this literally feels like we've been beaten down leading up until this window. I'm curious. I'm curious to bring up the depth chart and take a look at what our team is going to look like with all the potential sidelines, COVIDs, injuries, and all that. It's unfortunate. How has everything gone wrong? And this is, in my opinion, this is going to be one of the trickiest windows. Going to Central America twice, U.S. at home, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a real test of our squad depth. We got the depth chart that we'll bring up soon. To be honest, I don't think Canada will do good this cycle. I mean, I don't know. Like it depends. Like you don't want to ever take Honduras lightly, but if we can. I even said before the injuries that a 4 or 5 point window in this specific window would be a good result. But, I mean, now Davies is out, Eustáquio is out. We have our MLS players that haven't been playing. Jonathan Osorio is obviously a huge part of this team. He's probably the least fit by my assumption of the players coming in. So it's interesting, man. Honestly, I'm quite worried about this window, especially with Eustáquio's loss. Yeah, I mean, there's no way around it. I'd be very pleased with anything over 3 points. You'd hope we could still take on Honduras. And we don't know what some of the other squads, we know what the U.S. squad looks like. But I'm curious to see if COVID plays a part in some of the other matches that we have going on here. Because I don't know, man. It's just super disappointing. At least in positive, Tejan got an assist. Kennedy scored. Yeah, our center backs, guys. Derek Cornelius, Scott Kennedy picked up goals over the weekend. Tejan got his first assist. So we'll play with it, man. We have the depth chart we'll bring up. We'll play with it soon. We're just going to get into a few of these. Canadian national team update says Payne. Yep. Stephen says this window is going to be a tough one. It will, but like we always said with this group, man, John Herdman has this team playing the way that he wants them to play. He has the belief in this system. He knows what these players are going to bring to the table. So it's going to be very curious to see how they react. There are still some there's some depth in this national team, guys. We're going to have players who are going to have to step up. Mark Anthony Kaye is going to be one who I'm expecting now. His job has just got a lot more intense over the next 3 games. Hutch, there's reports out of Turkey that Hutch will be in the windows. Now, given his age, we're probably not expecting him to play the entirety of the 3 matches, but I'm expecting him probably now to start at least 2. At this point, not keeping the undefeated streak would be miraculous. Yeah, the undefeated streak. In Herdman, we trust. Afternoon, Josh. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Well, Woke up, my phone was blowing up, so I just felt like it'd be funner to go on here and talk with you guys as well. This is an interesting comment coming in. Canada is the most vaxxed country in the world. Yeah, there were some rumors of potential vaccination statuses that could have indications. So I don't know anything about that. It's another interesting thing to keep an eye on. Didn't the Canadian national team take a picture with Drake? Yeah, I think he got a picture with them. Such an up and down day. Woke up to Eustáquio to Porto, and then Eustáquio gets COVID an hour later. Yeah, same as me. I thought it was gonna be a pretty good day, and it turned pretty quickly, which is just super disappointing. But we'll see. I mean, we'll creep on what Wheeler's creep on what Wheeler's saying. He obviously also reported recently, guys, that Solom is not eligible for the Canadian national team. All right, what's Wheeler saying? Confirming reports of Eustáquio's positive COVID tests. Canada Soccer is working on avenues to see if Eustáquio can be available for the window. Work is going on behind the scenes. It's disappointing news. Maybe Eustáquio can make a match. I don't know, but it's interesting words coming from Gareth Wheeler in his latest tweets there. I'm assuming Harry Patton will be a part of this. He's been playing good football. He did come back from injury. I don't think he even started in the cup match. I believe his brother did. I think Ben started at left back, so he could be a potential surprise on the left back, but I kind of doubt that. This means Samuel Piet is a replacement. We're in trouble. A lot of people are rumoring Tybert with a potential route back into the national team. If Arfield retirement hurts even more now. Yeah, and Scott Arfield obviously announcing his retirement. How many points will you be happy with? I'd still say 4. If we're able to win, which I still think this team is good enough to take 3 points off Honduras, if we can get up a draw in one of the other 2 matches, I'd be happy with 4. And I still think no matter what happens, we have a good shot at getting 4 points. Buchanan, Osorio, Atiba, K. The only thing we need to worry about is the team not adhering to COVID rules, not playing their players that have still, or they need to isolate. That is very true. I don't really think Canada will have a good performance this cycle, to be honest. Well, I mean, you can definitely think of that, considering the fact that we've had these updates, but there's still a good chunk of talent in this pool. And I don't know, man. Like, again, looking at the table, looking at Honduras, that's a must-win game. I know it's down in Central America. I know it is Honduras, but that game has to be 3 points. It sets us up pretty nicely for the other 2 games and puts us in a comfortable position. We also got to hope potentially Panama loses some of the matches as well. Wheeler says that Soccer Canada are behind the scenes trying to get Eustáquio to play this window. Yeah, Jason. I guess we'll have to see. I mean, obviously, if they can even get him to play a match, it would be super important. But it is disappointing, man. Eustáquio out, no surprise. Canada limping into the final 6 games. Should we bring up the depth chart, guys? You want me to bring up the depth chart now so we can just have a visual? I guess it's on Google Sheets, so it's not like super fancy or anything like that. Okay, Atiba partnership will step up. I think it's okay. 7 points will be the goal. 7 points is a stretch, man. I would be thrilled with 7 points. I'd be happy with 4, given the fact that I thought this was gonna be a tough window regardless. I don't think it's gonna be easy. I don't think this Canada team is gonna have an easy go at it in Central America, but that Honduras game, just given where they are in the table and their form, that's the one where I'm hoping 3 points needs to be a must. Just realized I messed up my wording. It's all good, my man. I knew what you meant. Don't take pictures with Drake. We are screwed. Danny's not having it. Mark Anthony K is way overhyped. Phil, Mark Anthony K has been playing very, very good for the Canadian national team. I have faith in K. If we still have a chance, but if we lose David, then it's game over. I feel like Herman now has to make sure that Laren and David start together, because I know that there's been the debate of whether they play together well or not, but I don't think we have much of a choice. These two have to start as much as possible. Buchanan, Osorio, Atiba, K, Atakubi. It's still a solid midfield, and you are not wrong. Can we unretire Scott Arfield? Grease up someone at CONCACAF. This was looking like a 2-3 point window. Let's hope not, guys. Let's hope for the win. Let's hope for at least the win over Honduras, and anything else could be added to the bonus. It depends on the symptoms. The new CDC guidelines, a 5-day quarantine. His symptoms are gone. We could see him on the 31st. Interesting, Aaron. That's that is interesting to know, because that's obviously probably what Canada's alluding to, trying to find him to be able to play in a match, which would be super important. I mean, if he misses the Honduras game and is able to play the other two, I'd call that a win. How much you want to bet when Canada doesn't do well this cycle, Mexican or U.S. fans will be like, oh, Canada's most overrated team in the planet? I don't know. It doesn't seem that many other the countries have been hit as hard as we have. Canada can beat El Salvador and Honduras. They suck, and hopefully tie in the U.S. That would be, to me, that'd be a dream window. We bring up 7 points. That's a massive haul. And it wasn't unthinkable, but again, guys, losing Eustáquio, losing Alphonso Davies, those are game changers. Alphonso Davies has just got that ability. In my opinion, the only world-class player in CONCACAF. He has the ability to unlock the back line, especially in a tough atmosphere like Honduras, and not having them is gonna be frustrating. Oh God, not Tybert coming from the Whitecap supporter. Let's face Eustáquio isn't playing. 0 chance is going to be back and finalize his Porto contract. I mean, if he gets the Porto contract done, I'll be relatively happy, but I still think we need him this window. I'd like 5 points. Don't worry, you'll beat Honduras. They're the worst team right now. And I'd take that as a win. Honduras tie, U.S. loss, El Salvador win, as long as Zavaleta starts. Shots fired. But put Vittoria in a bubble. He cannot get COVID. No, he cannot. But all right, let's bring up our depth chart, guys. If you guys are just joining us, be sure to drop a like on the stream if you are new around here, and get your thoughts on our depth chart here. So we made this a little while back. Not sure what it looks like. You get almost everyone in here. At the bottom, I mean, I'm going to just erase now. You get who the keepers are. It's going to be probably Pandemis, Crépeau, and Borjan for our keepers. I don't think there's going to be a surprise there. And this is the depth chart we came up with. So let's put a number in the chat, guys. How many players do we want to predict for this window? 23? 25? Because I'm going to start taking some players off the depth chart. So we can start... Probably won't see. These guys are all relatively... We'll get back to them. Arfield retired. Wotherspoon is injured. I guess for worst case scenario, we'll take off Eustáquio. We're not going to see Chung or probably Marshall Rudy. Probably not Chouanier, not Davies, not Pasher. Then I guess we'll kind of go from there. So I guess if you put it in the 3-4-3 system, this is what our team. Let's see if we can get it down. So I mean, we're not going to see James. Okay. I bet you we're going to see Frazier. I think there's a real possibility Mitrovic will be in camp. I don't 100% obviously know. But this is decent. We'll just remove St. Clair so I can get numbers. All right, let's take a look, guys. What do you guys think of this? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Oh, I'm way over. 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. All right, we need to remove. So I'm going to remove Brim. Probably Stirring. All right, who else do we need to eliminate, guys? We need to get some. We need to get some names down here. Oh, I'm missing Akinola. He's not in there. All right, we'll go back to the chat. Probably not Schaffelberg. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Tejan David need to be in the games. Hopefully Herdman can pick up some more of our dual nationals. Well, the big one that I'm thinking has a good opportunity would be Mitrovic. But this could realistically be our depth chart. Yusuf, member here for 11 months. Big shout out, my man. JJD, 26 players on the depth chart would be ideal. What do you think? I mean, with the situation, I bring as much as possible. But what do you guys think of the list right now? For the keepers, I mean, not that the third choice really matters, but let's just say Pantemis, Crépeau, Borjan. I think we can all probably agree that those are going to be the keepers. For the center back, like, I don't want to see Cornelius. I want to see Cornelius, Miller, and Kennedy, all three in. We'll probably see Henry I don't know if we'll see Waterman. I think he's probably unlikely for this window, but you never know. ZBG and Larea, Atakubi, Gutierrez, Atten, Piet, K, Azorio, Hutch, Frazier, Mitrovic, Corbianu, Hoylett, Buchanan, Laren, Miller, David, Ugbo, Cavallini. Is Hoylett out? Waterman not getting picked. All right, we'll move Cornelius over to the other side then, just for make it easy. Atakubi's over here, my man. That's not a bad shout. We'll put him here for the time being. I heard a couple of people talking about him. The issue with TFC players, I don't know if they're I think because the CONCACAF Champions League, a lot of the Montreal players, Rapids, they've been back training. Yeah, Hoylett played yesterday. How about Atakubi? He's not 100%, is he? I think Atakubi played all 90 today. We're probably not bringing 7 center backs. No, I think you're probably right. Maybe Mitrovic doesn't have transfer rumors. He does have transfer rumors. Mitrovic is an outside shot. No, not the Mitrovic from Fulham. He'd been a nice striker. No, Seven Mitrovic. He's a young dual nat right now. He can represent Canada. He can rep Serbia. He's playing over in Serbia right now. Been linked to clubs like Club Brugge, Leicester, a couple other clubs in there. But all right, what are we at? 3, so there's 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're still at 29. That's a tough one. This is a tough one. You wouldn't bring Brim. I had Brim on here, but for the winger position, guys, who would you guys take out? Because Brim's playing well, don't get me wrong, but he's playing in the second division in the Netherlands, and I think his competition will probably be Corbianu. And I think Corbianu's playing at a better level, and he's in better form. Cavallini's going to be there. Ugo's going to be there. David's going to be there. Yeah, just probably not. I think we got to cut a center mid. It'll probably end up being Mitrovic, because we're still at a high number right now. I do think there's a strong chance all 6 center backs here will get involved. Henry's maybe the odd man out, but that's still a very low. Cornelius, Vittoria are only informed center backs. Kennedy scored today, and he's starting to play, so I'd kind of count Kennedy in there. Cornelius is playing very well. He better be in the squad. Away games 4-4-2. I like your list, JJD. Any news on Daniel Jebsen? Jebsen won't commit yet. There's almost for me, there's no chance. I don't think, unfortunately, Jebsen will commit right yet. But this is going to be something on the list. There's going to be a few players that we're going to have to take off. But if you look at the starting 11, it is still a solid starting 11. Borjan, and we'll do it quickly in 2 different systems. We'll do the 3-4-3, 3-5-2, and a 4-4-2. So it'll be Borjan in net, right wing back Larea, outside right center back Johnson, Vittoria, and then take your pick, Miller, Kennedy, or Cornelius, depending on how Herdman wants to do it. Then you have Atakubi out at left wing back. You have Kay and Hutch. I'm totally fine with that partnership. Obviously, sucks not to have our boy Eustáquio in there, but it's still a strong duo in there. Then you got Buchanan, Laren, and David. It's still a strong side. And if you go 3-5-2, it'll be the same back 5. And then I'd probably do Kay, Hutch, Azorio. I know he's not fully fit, but that'd be my 3-man midfield. And then you'd have Laren and David up front, and you can maybe even swap Buchanan in for somebody. And then finally, if we did a 4-4-2, it would probably be Borjan, and then maybe you drop Johnson for a game, or you play him at right back. It's him or Larea at right back, Vittoria, Miller, Atakubi at left back. Right mid, you'd have Buchanan. Center mid, Hutch, K. Left mid, you'd have Liam Miller, and then striker, you'd have David and Laren, or David and Ugbo. So there is some depth there, guys. There definitely is some depth. Don't know if there's any more notifications. Someone tagging me, Scott Arfield. Yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hello, Josh. Which games worries you the most in the? Let's see if I can. What game worries me the most with the injury COVID problems? I don't know. Probably the El Salvador match. I don't know, because remember, guys. I mean, if we're able to go in, which I think we can do, and we can take 3 points off of Honduras, that sets us up nicely. I am worried about the U.S. game, but I mean, I would have been happy with a point. Hopefully, we can get something out of it. And then the El Salvador game. If you guys look at the previous windows, when we play 3-game windows, we go rampant in the 4th game or the 3rd game, and it's because we have a little bit more depth. We're able to rotate a little bit more. Now, obviously, some of our depth has been hurt, but I still think we have stronger depth than El Salvador. So maybe they're pooched by the last match, and that plays in our favor. That's why I said, I mean, if we're able to get a win, we get a point out of that one, we win against Honduras, and whatever happens to the U.S., hopefully that gives us like 4 points. It sets us up pretty decently. We strong Canada. Marcelo Flores isn't on the Mexican roster. No, but he's not going to be on ours either. I don't think we're going to see him commit yet. I personally think, unfortunately, Flores is leaning a little bit more towards Mexico. Kelly's here, says, yep, strong side, but limited depth. Well, the only you want is that Italy, German. I'm not sure where that is. Oh my God, soccer gods are punishing Canada. Now, who went on Twitter and said Canada only had Davies and David? It's probably you, Isaiah. It's probably you. The CM depth is pretty concerning to me, especially in the 3-game window. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking through it, K and Hutch will more than likely be the main starters. And then Piet, K, Osorio, not really playing. Fraser just got his move to the Belgian 2nd division. Patton, I don't know, man. I don't know. It is a little nerve-wracking, but we'll have to see. Buchanan must be starting all games. I think there's a good chance that Buchanan starts. I mean, it's hard because you need to see a little bit of rotation, but at the same time, I would love to see Herdman just pretty much stick with just about the best squad. Like Liam Miller has a good opportunity of starting a match. Ugbo, I think, could potentially start a match. I would start Buchanan for a lot, but you also have Hoylett there. Cavallini will probably only be used as a sub. Larea, Johnston. Like there's a ton of minutes that are able to go around. But that's kind of what our depth is looking like right now, guys. Gutierrez, I doubt we'll see too much throughout this window. They'll probably, if anything, move Larea over to left back if they needed to. Larea's over at right wing back. Don't forget Piet going into Central America. You want someone with the bulldog mentality. He'd be useful coming off the bench. I don't know. Maybe he'll start a match if we do like. I'd assume maybe to give Hutch a little bit of rest. Maybe him and K. I don't know. So did you say? Yeah, he's from what we understand, he's not eligible. Wheeler reported on that. I don't know if it's 100%. Kind of seems like it is, but we'll see. It seems like he was supposed to have, or he thought he had enough Canadian in him to be able to be considered, but it doesn't look that way anymore. I believe we will get a point bare minimum against all opponents this round. Teams are motivated to knock down. Yeah, I mean, I would take a 5-point window. I just really think we need a win against Honduras. That's what we need to do to set us up for the window. They're down basement of the table. They have nothing really to play for. We have everything to play for. Getting 3 points right away puts us in a good position for the other 2 games, knowing how, the soccer gods took a lot of shots at Canada this window, made things very difficult for us. I'll accept Twitter humiliation from U.S. men's national team fans in exchange for 6 points on the road. Hey, Alex, I would too. And you know what? Pete and tactical manager keeps saying to me? Did you see our midfield in the game that Canada took on the U.S.? Canada was not at full strength either, man. We had Daniel Henry starting at center back, and you still weren't able to beat us at home. So, yeah, if the U.S., if they do start chirping us, whatever happens in that match, remember, we were not at full strength. If they're going to play that card, you're more than welcome to as well. Because I'd go for wins on the road. These are huge blows for y'all. Sucks they are a fun team to watch coming from a U.S. fan. Yeah, I mean, Eustáquio and Davies are pretty much irreplaceable. You're going to have players who can come in for Davies, obviously. You can put Atakubi there who's in good form. You can have Laren, you can have Miller, but they're not going to do what Davies can do. And I don't know if anyone in this team can do what Eustáquio and bring what he brings to this side. So it's the midfield for me is probably even a little bit more worry than Davies, because I mean in Edmonton, Davies didn't have the best window the last couple games. Now, I mean it is what it is. It's Davies. I'll take him in the roster every single day when fit. But Eustáquio just pulls all the strings for us in the midfield, and it's going to be a very different looking Canadian squad without him. It's only because we see y'all as actual rivals. Our field would have been nice. It would have been useful. On the good side, the opportunity to test the depth of Canada teams, some subs need to be. Yeah, I agree. I don't think ZBG and Mitrovic make the squad. I mean, we do need to cut a couple players, so I don't even know what we're at. Before I exit out of this, we'll try to get down to at least 25. I'm at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 25. We're at 28, so we need to cut a couple more players. So you're probably right. Because, I mean, Johnson can play at right back. Buchanan can play at right wing back, so probably not. We won't see CBG. Mitrovic, I guess we'll take him out. Now we're at 26. But then it's like, who else do you cut? We need our 3 keepers. I would bring all of 6 of these guys. Actually, all right, that's my list. All right, those are the 25 I would bring. Those are the 25 I would bring. If you need to play a back 3, I would throw Cornelius in there. I mean, you have your righty with Johnston. You can have a lefty with Cornelius if you need to give Vittoria a rest. I'd bring the midfield depth in case we play a midfield 5. Atakubi, Gutierrez. We already know Gutierrez is going to be there. Larea. Buchanan can also play at right wing back. Johnson can play at right back. So can Larea. That's probably the team. I wouldn't personally maybe bring Cavallini. I just don't think he's in form, and I don't think he offers a whole. But I know he can be useful late in the game with that little CONCACAF edge. I don't know. Henry doesn't have a club right now. He's not playing whatsoever, so I don't know, man. We'll see. Johnson, Larea, Osorio, Buchanan, Laren, David, mixing the rest. As a U.S. fan, I'm bummed Canada's not full strength. I want to see your best against the U.S. best. I know. I did too, man. It's a huge disappointment. Henry, Vittoria, Atakubi, Larea, Eustáquio, K, Piet, and Brim are all on yellows. Big shout out to Canadian men's national team updates. So that's interesting. I didn't know that we were on a bunch of yellows. So Eustáquio, I mean, if he plays, if he gets in a game, I guess it won't really matter. He would be, if he gets picked up a yellow, he'll be suspended for the next match. Brim, I don't imagine will get called up. Piet, it could have some effect on him. Larea would be a below. Atakubi would be a below. Vittoria would be a below. Henry, Yes, Eustáquio does have a yellow. Hoylett would be perfect replacement for Eustáquio. His experience and touch would be smooth transition. Different positions, my man. I don't know what you mean just in terms of maybe leadership. Because if anything, the furthest back Hoylett would play would be as like a center forward. If they played like a 3-5-2, Hoylett could play as a center forward just under the striker if it was Laren. But I mean, he's not going to play in the midfield 3. Who would be your set piece taker? We potentially see Vittoria. That's a good question. Let's take a look. Because most corners and free kicks are usually taken by one of Davies and Eustáquio. You guys know my opinion on Davies on set pieces. I just don't think he's very good at them. I think Eustáquio should take all of our corners and all of our set pieces. Now, after seeing what Vittoria can do, I mean, any shooting set piece opportunities, I think Vittoria should take it. Penalties, I'd give to either Laren or David. And then corners, free kicks, I'd probably give to Hoylett. If he's on the pitch, obviously. I'd let him be our corner kick taker on both sides and our set piece specialist. And maybe Osorio as well if he's on the pitch. But probably Hoylett. How many points do we need to qualify automatically? There's no set number, but the number that was going around was like 23, 24 points, something like that, would probably get top 3. So realistically, we could be a few wins away. Guys like Ubo, Osorio, Kennedy, Cornelius, Piet should start versus El Salvador. I'm not against that. If you did a 3-5-2, I'd make a quick lineup right now just for that El Salvador match. If you did a 3-5-2, Borjan, right wing back Larea, outside right center back Johnston, and then you play. I mean, you could do Cornelius at your central center back with Kennedy on the outside left if you wanted to. Then make Atakubi the left wing back. Then you have Azorio, Piet, K as your 3-man midfield, and then you put Ugbo up front with Laren. That could be an interesting one. I wouldn't take too much minutes for Cavallini. The U.S. took 28. They did. I don't think we're going to take that many. That is very sad. All the best, sir. Rude Canadian. Big shout out to JD, my man. Hope you're doing good. Big window for Jamaica as well. Probably their last opportunity to pick up enough points to really go for fourth. They have the opportunity to do so. Greg took 2 more players than usual, and Zardes is one of the extra 2. Good luck, Canada, in the upcoming qualifying round, except against America. Appreciate the love there, Joe. Josh, did you see the Nations 2022-2023 draw? For CONCACAF or for UEFA? Don't forget that VAR will be in for the rest. That is interesting. That VAR is going to be in here. Hoylett, if he plays. Footy Culture here says Eustáquio is the most influential player on the team. This is tough. And big shout out to the boys from the Footy Culture. But yeah, there's no way around it, man. There's no way around it. It's a huge blow. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter and on some of our groups saying that Eustáquio is a bigger loss to this Canadian team than Davies. And there's a point to be made. But I don't know. We're going to need some big windows for some of our midfielders. Hutch, I'd expect him to start two matches if he's fit. We have Kane there. And then it's like take your pick between who's fit or not. Azorio, I would like to think it's going to have a decent impact on this window. But he's probably, in my opinion, the TFC guys are probably the most out of form. How would we look with a 4-3-3, 4-2-3-1? 4-3-3, I'd go Borjan, Johnston, Vittoria, and then take your pick between Cornelius, Kennedy, Miller at the left, center back, Atakubi left back. 3-man midfield, I'd still probably go K, Hutch, Azorio for a 4-3-3. And then I'd like to try it, Laren, David, Buchanan. But if Laren and David don't play together, then put Miller on one wing or Hoylett on the other wing with Buchanan and then David or Laren up front. And a 4-2-3-1, which I wouldn't mind us playing. I'd go Borjan, then again, Johnston or Larea at right back, Vittoria, one of our lefties at the left center back, Atakubi left back. CDMs would be K and Hutch. Cam would probably be Hoylett or Azorio. And then the wings would be Buchanan. I'd start Laren. Laren has played a lot in a 4-2-3-1 at the left attacking mid. But again, if not, Miller plays the same position and then David up front. That's what I would do. It doesn't mean that's what obviously Herdman's going to do. Crucial points on the road needed. Yeah. Most important game for me is that win against Honduras. Thanks for the clarification, JJD, on Hoylett replacing Eustáquio. I was thinking more along the technical standpoint. Yeah, I mean, Phil, he could be the replacement in terms of set pieces, and just bringing that leadership in the team. Hoylett is still an important part of this team, and I'd expect him to have a role to play this upcoming window. Vittoria has been a real leader. Having him on a yellow is big. It is, but that's why I think it'd be important to bring Kennedy, Cornelius, and Miller, because I personally, even if Henry was in here, I would want, if we play back 3, Cornelius or Kennedy to potentially play in that central center back if Vittoria is not fit. Because both of these players are playing right now. Both of them actually scored over the weekend. And I think they both could have a good role to play in this team, whether it's a back 4 or whether it's a back 3. If he's ready to commit, Mitrovic deserves to be called in the squad, and fans deserve some good news. Yeah, I had Mitrovic in here, and let's just say if Mitrovic does commit, I'd probably put him in here for Frazier. I mean, it is. Well, yeah, it'd be Frazier. I'd take Frazier out if Mitrovic does commit, and I think that would be a big up for Canada. Is it confirmed that Soseldo signed for TFC? I don't know if it's confirmed. I haven't checked recently, but I mean, the rumors were that it was pretty close and that it was supposed to be a swap deal, which would have been a piece of brilliance in my opinion. That'd be huge for TFC. All right, let's see what Kelly's saying. Got to see it as a positive, great opportunity. We don't know how good K Hutch can be, do we? I think they will surprise our midfield. Yeah, I mean, I'm very comfortable with both of them. I think hopefully they're able to shine together. I like Mark Anthony K and what he's brought to this national team. Just obviously got his new deal with the Rapids. And I think it's a big opportunity for him. So this is your spreadsheet showing what the coach would do or what you would do. The spreadsheet was just a depth chart we made a little while ago with Alex, and we just kind of been playing with it. I can't say exactly what Herdman would do, but I can guess. So I was just going through different lineups that could potentially work. This is just all theorizing. I'm saying this is exactly what Herdman's going to do because I don't know what Herdman's going to do. What is with the small squads? Is there ever a time to call more players? Paul, I agree. If it was up to me, I would bring the same as the US. I'd bring 28. And if we brought 28, then, I mean, that opens a spot potentially for ZBG. If Henry's fit, he could slide in there. Maybe Brim, for example, or you end up bringing Mitrovic and Frazier. There's definitely opportunity to stack this team up. We were trying to get a number. We said 25, so that's kind of what I just was going off of. That's kind of what the team was looking like right now. Why Eustáquio? Please not. He has COVID, my man. Could Eustáquio? Yeah, and I think that's what Canada's trying to figure out. So I mean, if they do bring an extra body, one of those spots could go to Eustáquio. And if he ends up being fit, maybe he comes in and is allowed to play in the last match. We don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll be going live tomorrow once the actual roster drops. So we'll have obviously a better idea instead of just us having some fun today and taking a look. But yeah, Eustáquio could be on the list. It doesn't mean that he'll play. For me, we can play good without Davies, but not having Eustáquio in our squad would be a big blow. I agree. Herman should have 3-4 players not travel. Worst thing you want is a COVID outbreak in the team. Xavier, I agree. Steph and Jebson should be called up to get experience. Ted, I agree. A lot of you guys have been asking me about Flores. I've said many times, I don't think Flores is going to pick Canada. I don't, but I don't think he's ready to commit either one quite yet. But if anything, I think Flores is leaning a little bit more towards Mexico. And Jebson, I would love to call him up, man. The boy's scoring for fun right now. He's a real talented youngster. I would love to get him in here. But again, I don't think he's ready to commit quite yet. I think he wants to see where his development is going to go before he makes a decision on whether it's going to be to Canada or England. And then I think Steph's close. I mean, this is just literally me speculating. But I think there's a chance we see Steph. But there's been a few rumors that there's not going to be any surprises. So, I mean, to me, Steph would kind of be a surprise. So, we'll see. But I would bring Steph in a heartbeat, man. I think he's obviously a better player than some of the, like, I'd have him in there over Frazier, for example. Assuming Canada qualify, what friendlies would you like to see in the June window? Ivory Coast would be good games. They aren't going to the World Cup. Give us preparations. Yeah, I mean, more than, it depends. Because I think COVID is still going to have an indication on this. I mean, I'd love to see European, like, for example, US just took on Bosnia. I'd like to maybe get a friendly against Chile, Colombia, maybe like an Iceland. Like, I don't know. Those are the kind of friendlies I'd like to see us go up against instead of going against like Guatemala or any country like that. But a team in Africa as well. But I mean, I think COVID's going to have an indicator of what friendlies we line up. But not having that camp, not having that opportunity to let the MLS players get a match in on the 22nd was a big blow. We could have had a watch along last night. Is this the roster being released today, or me saying this after US? No, this is not the roster, guys. This is literally just me having some fun guessing with you guys what we'll see. The roster is supposed to drop tomorrow. What do you think about Mitrovic making the squad? I'm all for it. If you can cap that kid, man, you do it. And I mean, if we're able to bring extra bodies, I'd put him on the list. I just don't know if he is going to be interested in playing quite yet, but it kind of seems like he's close. And yeah, like I talked with Thomas, but I mean, we'll see. We'll see if Thomas is right. He said he's 100% committed to Canada. His dad, I mean, on Twitter seems to, have some fun with it as well. But I don't know. Nothing's happened yet. So you can't say that he's 100% committed until he plays for Canada. So we'll have to wait and see. I hope Thomas is right. But maybe we find out this window. Maybe he's 100% committed and he'll be in the squad tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. But I do think there's a chance. I do think there's a decent chance. I don't think there's a chance for Flores. You think guys like Jebson are waiting to see what Flores chooses? I don't know. I don't know if Flores has a big indication of guys like Jebsen, because John Herman has done such a good job in recruiting dual nationals already. I think Flores would be big, considering that, it seems like his dad wants him to play for Mexico. Mexico clearly wants him. They've already put him in a friendly match. And if Canada's able to steal him, I think that's a big statement. But we've already had some big statements already. And even getting guys like Ike Ugbo, Eustáquio committed already. I think Jebsen's just waiting to see his own development. I think Jebsen wants to see if he's good enough to play for England. And I don't think he's quite ready to commit, because Jebsen's so far out of the England squad, it's not even funny. But he realistically could be in the Canada squad if he opened himself to it. So we'll just have to wait and see. Again, this is all me speculating. I just don't think Jebsen's ready to commit quite yet. Flores wants to go to Canada camp before making a decision. I know, and he could have been in the match last night that was supposed to be played. Corbiano has got to be called up. I agree, man. He's got a new lease on life at MK Dons. I think the key absences this window will be interesting to see how the team does. Can you imagine 6 points with the handicap squad? My guess already on this window before the injuries was 5 points. Five or seven, I guess. It's tough. I don't know what to expect from the U.S. match. I said it's got 0-0 written all over it. And I think that we could take 3 from Honduras and then hopefully 1 or 3 from El Salvador. And I think it's still an opportunity. Maybe we get a win off of Honduras. Maybe we lose to the U.S. Maybe we win. Maybe we draw. We don't know. I don't know. I keep saying, I'd be happy with 4 points. And anything above that for this squad in this tough 3-game window, I think is a bonus. Will Flores walk into this starting team, actually? No. Flores is a talent, but man, he's playing in an he's playing at a youth level right now. I don't think he walks into Mexico. I don't think he walks into Canada. I just think he's one for the future that both are keeping an eye on. Both kind of want to shoehorn him and cap him as soon as possible. When is the Canada match? So we have three matches coming up. The first one is against Honduras, and it's on the 27th. I'll be doing a watch along for that. And then, guys, I'm leaving for a cruise. So my parents got me a gift, so I will not be able to do the watch along for the U.S. game or the El Salvador game. I will be on a big boat. But I will be sending the 5 takeaways and the preview videos to Producer T, so you'll get a nice glimpse of Josh out at sea doing the 5 takeaways and preview. So, you can blame my parents for being, crazy people, but yeah. Mitrovic posted videos of himself working out in a Canada gear. 100% committed. We're hoping so, man. Hi, Josh. Very interested to watch the next U.S.-Mexico game. Sorry about your team's roster drops, Eustáquio, Davies, but maybe it's the way of evening out for playing Greg's back. Okay, U.S. fans, Canada was not at full strength either. We had Daniel Henry starting, and we didn't have Jonathan David. You guys arguably had every player that could have started at the time. I get that Pepe is your starter now, but he was not in the mix at the time. So Pefok was your starter, and then you had Acosta and Leggett, who again are realistic starters for Greg. So don't give me that. Don't give me that. Was it your best 11? No, but your manager's Greg. So in Greg's eyes, man, that could have been a damn good 11. But yeah, I got you. Dang, you won't be able to watch Pulisic get a hat trick. No. What's going on with the rumors of Eustáquio to Porto? A very credible source said that it's a loan move with an option to buy. That's as much as we've been following these rumors, this looks like it's the biggest opportunity for him to join Porto. Those links seem pretty legit. It's a good source, so we're just gonna have to wait and see. I hope that they happen. I think this is a move that he needs. It was good news waking up to this morning, and then bone crushing news knowing that he picked up COVID. So, why do you think Flores is leaning more towards Mexico? I just think he's closer connected to that country. He's got influence from his dad. I don't know anything about it though. So this is me just speculating. Maybe he sees a better opportunity with Canada, and there's definitely an opportunity for that. But I don't know. I'm just going off my gut. Doesn't mean anything. So take my word with a grain of salt. I hope I'm wrong. And Flores is like, you know what? Look at Mexico falling apart. We're gonna commit to Canada, but I don't know. I'm just speculating. I feel like Marcelo's decision is a lot deeper than just preferring Mexico. It's a historic team, but sure, generations playing with David, Davies, and Tejon is a lot more exciting than anyone Mexico has. It's a fair point. And again, I don't know. I've been saying you guys usually ask me about Flores, Jebsen, and and Mitrovic. And in my opinion, Mitrovic is the closest to Canada, followed by Jebsen and then Flores. In my opinion, you can take that what you will. Greg needs to get his eyes checked. I follow Attacked. But I love that you are his kryptonite. My boy Filippo. Little disappointed. I'll be on a boat while he's doing it. We are gonna have a preview. We're gonna have a preview on my channel and his, or a video each on him and I's channel. We're recording that the day before I leave. So there'll be a ton of content. And before we wrap up this stream, guys, this is what you guys can look forward to this week. There's going to be a lot of Canadian men's national team content. Tomorrow, there will be a stream for the Canada roster drop. And then the Unsackable crew. We're going to do a preview of the Canada and US World Cup qualifying window. So me, Filippo, Manuel, and Adrian will come together. We're going to record a fun little preview. And I'm excited for that. It'll be interesting to get a look into Canada's, look into US's. So there should be those two videos. We're going to have our Canucks Abroad come out. We're going to have our Honduras preview come out. We're going to do the Honduras watch along with our 5 takeaways. Then we're going to do a episode on Tax channel for the US-Canada game, as well as our channel here. And then I will be on a boat. So then you will get a preview and 2 5 takeaways from me for the rest of the US and the El Salvador match. So a ton of content, man. This will be a busy couple weeks for you Canadian men's national team fans, and maybe even some US fans out there, because we'll have tacked on a couple times. It should be a lot of fun, but that's about it, guys. We're going to wrap up the stream for today, and we'll see you guys on a stream tomorrow whenever the Canada one gets dropped. But hope you guys are excited for a fun week packed of Canadian men's national team content. Hope you guys did enjoy the stream today, and if you did, if you could be so kind and drop a like on the way out, it's always appreciated, as well as dropping a sub if you enjoy the content here. Or if you don't, we'll see. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care, friends.